Globally, the image of Nigeria has become synonymous with corruption. However, today in Nigeria, there is a quiet revolution taking place, the objective of which is nothing less than to make Nigeria the world leader in information communication technologies. Spearheaded by Leo Stan Eke, the founder and CEO of Zinox Technologies Limited, a new vision of Nigeria based on the development and exploitation of 21st century technologies is gradually emerging. OromaTV caught up with Dr. Leo Stan Eke on his recent visit to London and put to him that his vision for the future is likely to be thwarted by the entrenched global interest in maintaining the status quo.
Clifford Headley and my guest is Dr. Leo Stan Eke. Dr. Eke, in your recent review of the ITC sector in Nigeria, you concluded that for Nigeria to acquire global competitiveness in this sector and to achieve its full potential, it needs to see all the stakeholders coming together and working together as well. My question therefore is, are there any signs that there's progress in this direction? Is it achievable?
Yeah, well, the truth is, if we want to be selfish, everyone wants to be successful with whatever they're doing. Because of the small market size, not the population, people are struggling to survive. Now, I think, we even look at economy of scale, it makes sense that the players come together. This is what happened in China, this is what happened in Taiwan, this is what happened in Singapore. When you're too small, you die and they leave the market. Okay? So when they come back, they have a stronger backbone, and then they can put their brand, and their brand equity go up. And then the country is better for it, including the investors.
Of course.
Okay? Now, I see Africa emerging as a greater knowledge platform for the world. It's happened in India. I don't think Indians are smarter than Africans. Okay? And culturally, we have advantage of spoken English.
Yes.
Okay, so there are no communication challenges to interface with the world. Okay, so and that was why I proposed that today, in the 21st century, no person is born a poor person. But you decide if you want to make yourself poor. We are all seeds planted by God, but we've been asked to work hard. So if you water, you work hard, you get your strategies right, you get your tax right, you are there.
I understand that entirely. Tell me, are there any indicators that you can point us to as to suggest that people are actually not only thinking about this, but are moving in that direction positively?
Yes, I got even multinationals. My company launched the first digital assembly plant on the local OEM side. Now, right as we talk today, I'm holding meetings on multinationals who want to partner with me, okay, because of the local content act, in order to employ our young graduates. So people are looking for ways to survive. So a few local OEMs are also talking. I mean, things are changing very smart. I mean, for a local company like Zinox to hire the managing director of Microsoft West Africa, covering about 6 countries. Okay? So we are putting skill, which wasn't there. We're also bringing in experience, okay, to drive our local companies as world-class companies.
Indeed, I mean, I understand the arguments about local content, but at the end of the day, it's really a matter of capacity. Does Nigeria really have the capacity to seriously become a global competitor in this sector?
Yes, you have a lot of smart Nigerians all over the world, and why are they not back home? Some of them continue to complain about infrastructure, the power sector, the roads, water, but we're a developing nation. Every other country in the world passed through these stages we are passing today. Okay? So we are structuring. And you know, when you suffer too long in a civilized world, you advise yourself. So we are all, mostly the entrepreneurs, okay, Nigerian entrepreneurs, we are working to redefine the country, to take it to the next level, so that we can also be successful. Because if we continue the way we are, we all disappear.
Yes, but for us in the diaspora, the way we see it is that the capacity is linked directly to the poor educational infrastructure in Nigeria.
Yeah, but this is true. Education, it's poor, but the government is working on it. But what we are doing It's hiring Nigerians, okay, who got beautiful, good education abroad, and come in and add their value to what we're doing. And that's why 3 weeks ago, I had one of the best lecturers here in business. He's a lawyer as my PA, and he's adding great value. I moved him out as my PA, okay, to manage one of the regions. So we continue to add value, and we bring the best of Nigerians who are abroad to come back home and add value. But again, the inconveniences are there, but you're not going to wait until they're resolved, okay, for you to come home. Who will grow home if you don't come? While also the private universities are working very hard to upscale our skill level. And today, with the internet, there are global certifications. But we bring the people from here to help scale up the people at home, and then in the next 10, 20 years, we should be able to have a world-class certified Nigerian.
Yes, I understand that argument about surplus value. But at the end of the day, we're talking about indigenous Nigerians, an issue which I know is very close to your heart, is young indigenous Nigerians who don't appear to have any real opportunity in the marketplace because they've not been able to gain access to a baseline education, let alone an education which is focused on ICT. So in those circumstances, how are we going to achieve the next step, the great leap forward?
Frankly, we are doing a lot. The companies are doing added value, doing a lot of donations. People like us are donating to institutions. The government is doing the same. The government is paying huge attention to the educational sector, including the oil companies, telecommunications. Okay, but I'm very optimistic that in the next 10 years, we'll be able to have world-class institutions. Two things will happen. The bad ones won't have people register with them. Okay, so they won't have students. The good ones will expand.